You know, a minute ago, this was just a piece of paper, and now it's an airplane. One of the most magnificent things, paper airplane. It's always been fun to play with them. You know, the other thing about it that's really important is it's sort of like this was a piece of paper, it's now something magical. And what happens at STARS is, with the young people we work with, all of a sudden, what comes in sometimes is not magical, but at the end of the day, after our staff and our board and our community and our volunteers all have their hands on it, something really magical happens. And that magic is a life that's often transformed. And that's what STARS is all about, transforming lives.
SAP program at STARS is individual and group counseling for high-risk teens and focused mainly on anti-bullying, bullying prevention, drug and alcohol issues. They don't really have an outlet to kind of express their emotions. They have a lot of emotions that are pent up. So when they come to school, a lot of those emotions get expressed in very negative ways, such as bullying or fighting or acting out behavior in classrooms. And so when they act out that way, they get into this repetitive cycle of acting out, getting a consequence, and doing it all over again because they're getting that attention at school that they're not getting at home.
These are not just people who you meet and they forget about you. They actually care for you and where you're going. They will not let you go astray on your path to greatness, you know. So I feel like they'll always be there for me if I ever need to call. Eric Johnson with STARS impacted my life by showing me what a positive male in society looks like. He was really the pinnacle of what a man is, I think. He helped me become part of the group by getting me involved in all the activities that we partook in. Rico Page. He keeps me straight in school. For starters, he really doesn't let you stay off track. He's always in the hallways, so you really can't be seen doing nothing you're not supposed to do. So I always, keep my best foot forward with Rico around.
Being a teenager and being a middle schooler is a really tough time in our life, and they need as much support as they can get.
The YODA program is an intensive outpatient program for marginalized youth who can't afford to pay for treatment. Kids that we serve come from environments where there's drug dealers on every corner, so they don't have a lot of role models when it comes to abstinence from substances.
Some of them have issues where their parents are substance abuse users as well, and they don't know where to seek help either. So we're that source for those students, the youth, to abstain and avoid drug use.
I have the best job in the whole world because my job is to give hope to kids that don't have any and to be the one individual in their life that can generate motivation and change for the good for them.
The services that STARS offer for deaf and hard of hearing children starts with drug and alcohol prevention classes presented in their own language, in American Sign Language. Other services that STARS provides is in-home services.
The STARS program came into my home, and my grandfather and my grandmother, and both my other brothers, they didn't know sign language at the time, and they came into my home and started teaching, and my grandfather, it started to become very clear, and they started practicing for weeks and weeks, and well, now, much later, my grandfather, he's really improved, and my brother, he's very good.
Another part of the program that STARS provides is for high school students transitioning onto college. The focus is really to provide them with information and exposure to deaf professionals who are successful.
I learned that college is really important for my education because if I don't get the education I need, I probably won't have a job.
The STARS program really encourages me to stay positive. It really encourages me to have fun and be social with the other kids, which in return really boosts my self-esteem.
For every kid getting left out at the lunch table.
Yep, that's me.
For every kid scared to ride the school bus.
Preach on, brother.
This must stop.
Yeah, this must stop. Yeah,
this
President.
must stop.
Yeah, ready
this
for
must stop.
president.
Yeah,
Vote for ready.
me.
Ready.
Kids on the Block is an elementary and middle school program. We travel into the schools and into community centers and churches, and we educate kids using puppets. But the topics that we're talking to them about are not just easy topics, they're social issues.
Thank goodness I got away from those guys.
Whoa, not real, okay?
Oh man, here, sit down, your nose is bleeding. They did it, those guys.
Well, guys, who did this to you?
Well, I think that it's important for us to be able to talk to kids about what's happened to us, so hopefully they can learn some really important lessons.
Yeah, and I think it's important because we talk to kids about issues that really affect them at school.
To watch one of the presentations it's truly magical to watch the interaction that a student can have with these puppets. The students start to relate to these puppets almost as if they're peers. They will open up to them in ways that we never thought possible. Oftentimes we'll have a student that will open up to the puppets in the middle of their classmates and their friends about abuse that has happened to them.
Yeah, it feels like, well, that they really trust us, that they feel comfortable to talk to us.
And I think it shows that they're really learning something too.